Do you ever watch social media or you walk through the drugstore or Sephora or wherever you like to shop and you see all of these new release products and you're thinking about buying them, but your girlfriend stops you and says, no, don't buy those. I've already tried them and they were terrible, or those were amazing? Well, hopefully I can be your girlfriend today and let you know what new products that you may or may not want to buy. And hopefully I save you quite a bit of money because I have recently purchased quite a few new release products, almost all drugstore products. Unfortunately, I don't like a lot of the products, so hopefully I can help save you some money. A couple products I do really like. Now, keep in mind, when you watch these videos, it doesn't mean you need to go rush out and buy it if it's something I like, or it doesn't mean it's a terrible product if I don't like it and say you like it. We all have different skin types, so you know, maybe what works for me or what doesn't work for me may or may not work for your skin. I am 49 years old. I have normal to oily combination skin, mostly oily in my T-zone. I am acne prone. When I do get acne, it will leave a scar for months and months and months, sometimes years. I also have a hyperpigmentation and melasma. You can see the melasma. Oh, my head is shiny because I just did all my skincare. I'm using a little ring light because I'm in a hotel and it's not great lighting. Let me try to turn it down. I think that helps. You can see it better. But you can see the melasma a lot darker on my forehead because I'm wearing a hat every day, and I think the friction from the hat rubbing on my head is triggering that inflammation to make those melanocytes come out even more. So, but I am using something that's lightening up my melasma. So I had pretty much stopped using all my melasma products so I could test this new product that I'm using to see how well it works, and I'm actually quite pleased with it. It's lightening up a lot of the melasma that I had here. So keep my skin type in mind when I'm sharing these products because, you know, these may or may not work for you, even if they do or don't for me. I've already done my skincare for the day. I've already applied my sunscreen for the day, all on my face, my neck, and all the way down my chest. And I did put on my City lips. I always like to use my City lips before I put on my makeup, and of course I'll put it on after, and then I put it on before bed, because not only is it just a lip gloss, I use it as skincare because it has really good skincare ingredients for my lips, and of course for me it does help plump up my lips, and it will kind of help fill in these little ridges and lines that I have around my mouth. So I put a smidgy on the outside border of my lip just so that I can help plump that up before I end up doing my lipstick today. One of the products I bought was this Revlon primer. I've already been testing this now for a couple weeks. I'm undecided. Honestly, I would probably never purchase it again, but I don't notice anything remarkable when I use it. It's not a terrible primer. I just don't think it's anything that you probably, you know, need to go rush out and buy right away. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll put it on one side of my face so that, you know, you can kind of see what it does under the foundation. And then on this side of my face, I'll use something I know that I love because I've been using it for, golly, probably a year now. This is by City Beauty. This is their Skin Perfecting Veil. This has great skincare ingredients in it, but it's also an all mineral SPF 39 sunscreen, but it's a beautiful primer for underneath makeup. This is something that I highly recommend, but it's not new. I've been using it for a long time. I have two foundations that I've recently purchased. I've had this one from Kosas for a couple weeks, and I actually just bought this one yesterday. I don't know why I've never tried this before, but I thought, you know what, I've never tried it, so let me just pick this up. This is from the drugstore. This is, I think, $42, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, I don't think I'm liking this Kosas one. I have tried this, like I said, for about 2 weeks. I feel like it has a lot of yellow undertone to it, and the one I picked is neutral to cool undertones, but yellow, I don't know, last I checked, yellow is not that cool. Yellow should be more warm. I do have a lot of yellowish color in my skin, but I don't know, I'm not impressed with the shade range on this, but what I'm not impressed with is when I first put it on, I think it looks beautiful. And it's got a nice glow to it, and it just really looks like skin, but as I wear it, it starts to accentuate pores. And I don't necessarily have large pores, but I feel like I notice my pores when I use this. I read reviews on Sephora, and a lot of people raved about it, and then other people said it was terrible, especially because it's $42, although, you know, a little does go a long way. But I haven't been that impressed with this. And then on this side of my face, I'm gonna test out the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. Now, I have tried their one that's more luminous before. I've actually tried both of their other foundations, 2 or 3 other ones, and for my skin I didn't care for them, but this one said it had medium to full coverage. This one, I can't remember what I paid for it, but I did pick it up at the drugstore, so of course it was a lot less than $42. For my concealer, I'll use the Kosas concealer on the same side that I use the Kosas foundation. Now, I've used this for a long time and I absolutely love it. And I'm going to test out this new one. I've already used it quite a few times, and each time I'm like, I don't love it. But when I use it midday over top of my makeup, I seem to like it. This is the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken Concealer. If you notice, I don't really bring the foundation all the way up underneath my eyes. And you know, my eyes are red today and puffy because I'm tired. So I'll just use one that I know I enjoy on this side. And I'm just using this little viewfinder as my mirror, so it's kind of all over the place. Now this, I actually really like this little sponge tip applicator, and I like that not a ton comes out, and it just kind of, you know, makes it easy to blend in. I'm gonna blend it with this Stands Out sponge. They actually had reached out to me a while back in PR to see if I wanted to try it out for free, and I guess I just forgot to reply to them because I do get a lot of requests to see if people can send me, you know, free products, and I do appreciate it. But, you know, sometimes, I know it sounds silly, but I just kind of like to go shopping myself. It kind of takes away my excitement of shopping for new products when I just get stuff for free. It was $20, so I just went ahead and bought it one day when I was looking on Amazon, but I think $20 is probably a little too much for this. It's a nice sponge, but I like this one better. This is my all-time favorite. I get this on Amazon. I can already tell that I don't really like this Revlon concealer. It's already feeling dry, and you know, by the time an hour goes by, it'll probably be super dry. This Kosas concealer, I like it. It's still a little tacky. It hasn't really dried down yet, but it doesn't crease. I mean, it will crease into my creases, but it doesn't cause excess creasing like so many other ones, and it never dries out my under eyes. For blush, I got this new one from Physicians Formula. Their Butter, what is this? Butter Believe It. It's nice, but again, I don't think it's something you need to go rush out and get. The scent of it is amazing, but I don't really like putting all this scented stuff on my face. Maybe once in a blue moon, but I mean, even having it in the bag, it just smells like, is it coconuts? It just smells like a tropical vacation. I mean, it smells amazing, but I'd rather have that on my body than on my face. I also picked up their powder, which is also really nice. I got the one that's translucent, and this is really pretty. But again, I mean, I don't even have to put it up to my nose. Like, you can hold it far away and you can smell it. It smells great, but I just don't really know how good that is putting that all over our face. I also got this from Neutrogena to test this out, and it's their multi-use stick. I don't know, I'm not that impressed with this. It's kind of orangey, so if you don't like those warm tones, you're not gonna like this. I don't mind orangey tones sometimes, but do you see the difference? So my purplish pink robe, look at how orange this is. And this is like the only shade, I think. I feel like it should be more of like a berry shade. You know, that's more universal, but this is supposed to be for your lips, your cheeks, your eyes. I've tried it on my eyes, but it's like my eyes stay kind of damp. I don't like that. It's okay on your cheeks. So if you're looking for a quick, you know, stick like this, you know, that's drugstore pricing, but honestly, I don't think this is that great either. I'll just use some of this on my cheeks. I'm just using one of the BK brushes to put it on. One thing I do like about this is it's kind of mattifying, so it kind of sets down the foundation. But do you see, like, I'm like really getting it in there, tapping off the excess, and there's not a whole lot of pigment to it. Maybe if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup and you do like this peachy shade and you just want a hint of color on your face, then you might like this, but I don't know. I didn't do good. I bought a lot of stuff, and I don't like a lot of stuff, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys to help hopefully save you some money so that you don't rush and buy all of, you know, these exciting new hyped up products. Now, I'm not a huge powder wearer. In fact, I almost never wear powder when I do my makeup on the daily, but I know a lot of, you know, the people that watch my channel, you do like powder. I will say this actually is a nice powder. Let me see if you can see. I mean, I think the packaging is, you know, cheap packaging. And of course this has the strong scent, but look how pretty this is. I just blend this brush in all of it, tap off the excess, and then I'll just put it where I need it, like if I want to kind of minimize the shine. And then I'll just put a little bit to set that concealer and to minimize any shine here. I'm gonna prime my eyes real quick with my Anastasia eye primer. I get this on Amazon. It's $13. It's lasted me, golly, I've had this 6 months, a year, something like that. And this little tube still feels like it's full. This is such a nice eye primer because you saw how kind of reddish and veiny my eyelids are looking. And this is almost like a super thick concealer. It's like painting the walls. You want to prime your walls first before you put color on them to even out the color and to, you know, smooth everything out, and that's what this does. So I bought some new eyeshadows, and I don't really like any of them except for one, so I thought I better share these with you guys to hopefully save you some money if you were looking. This is the new Milani palette. This is the Gilded Flora. I don't know how new this is, but it was new at the grocery store. Has a nice mirror inside here. And the colors, you know, they're pretty. I don't really wear these pinks and this like yellowish, greenish color, or, you know, some of the shades are not really my shades. I'm boring. I like beige, brown, you know. I do like some purples underneath my eyes. These are pretty, but you know, when I put it on my eyes, I just don't find the quality to be that amazing. I also bought this Physicians Formula one. This is the one that goes along with the Butter Believe It collection, and I thought these colors were perfect for me since I like your boring basic nudes. These are nice, but I just don't think they're anything that impressive. I still think Wet n Wild has better eyeshadows, and again, this has that beautiful, this one has a little bit different fragrance. This has a sweeter scent to it, but they smell great, but I feel like when I use scented eyeshadows, sometimes they do start to make my eyes itch, specifically from Physicians Formula. But if you're just looking for a quick little, you know, travel palette and you just like these boring nudes, you know, these are my colors. These are right up my alley for colors. But I don't even think the quality of these are that amazing. You know, they're nice. Don't get me wrong. These are nice. But this is good if you want a very neutral, not super pigmented look. I feel like I have to do this dark shade even during the daytime, you know, to make them look even noticeable on my skin tone, because these kind of just blend in with my skin. So I didn't love this purchase either. These are those new little CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes, and I thought, oh, these kind of look like those e.l.f. ones, and then I opened it and I'm like, hey, where'd the rest of the eyeshadow go? This part kind of makes you think they're these longer pans, and then they're just these little tiny squares here. The colors are pretty, but honestly, these don't even show up on my skin. This just looks like the concealer, the primer I have on. It just blends into my skin. This one, same thing. It just looks like a matte white shade. This one is pretty. I mean, look how pretty that one is, but I don't wear shimmer all over the eye. And then this one right here, this is really pretty. But this color I think is beautiful as an eyeliner. So I'll probably keep it only because it's so small for this one shade right here, but this is not something, again, that I feel like you need to rush out and add to your eyeshadow collection. One that I do love and I can highly recommend, I got this on Amazon for $10. Does this palette look familiar to you? This is a 100% dupe, in my opinion, for the Too Faced Natural Matte Eyeshadow Palette. This is the one that's all matte. I am an all matte eyeshadow girl. These are my colors right here. I owned the Too Faced one when it first came out a few years ago, but you know, after 3 years old, I don't keep eyeshadows that long. These are beautiful. I absolutely love these. I was so excited when I got this. These also have that scent to it, so I'm not thrilled with having it scented, but if you have ever tried the Too Faced one, it is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes, but I was just too cheap to pay full price for the actual Too Faced one again. This is the easiest eyeshadow look. These blend so easy. Even my husband, he typically only notices my hair or my lips if I, you know, have a pretty pink shade on my lips, but he actually noticed my eyeshadow the first day I used this, and he said, oh, your eyes look really pretty. It's just such a soft, beautiful, super easy. I could probably close my eyes and put these on. These are just gorgeous. So I'm just going to put this peachy shade all over, and then I'll make a crease since I have, you know, hooded eyes, and it's like, where's the crease? You can't find my crease. So I'm going to make a crease up here with this shade, and then I'll just use this as eyeliner. Super duper easy. This, by the way, is my 79 or 99 cents Wet n Wild fluffy brush. I love this brush. They don't look fancy or anything, but the performance is fabulous. And then for my crease, I'm just going to use this BK Beauty. This is one of the travel set brushes. I love these. I like these better than the original ones with the longer handle. I don't know why. I guess I just like these short handles, but these are fabulous. I've been using these pretty much every day. So I'm just making a crease now. As you can see, my crease is here. But if I put this in this crease, then you won't even be able to see I have eyeshadow on. So I kind of just quickly make my own crease where I want it to be, just to give a little more, you know, depth and dimension to my eyes. I really could just put on some mascara and be done for a daytime look, but I'm going to use this BK Beauty brush. This is my favorite BK Beauty brush. because if you have hooded eyes like me and you're not a makeup artist like I'm not, I can make that outer V with this brush versus trying to figure out like, where does the V start? How do I do it? It's angled. I literally just stick it on the corner, outer corner of my eye, one tap here, and then blend. And now I have an outer V. One thing you'll see when watching my videos, I don't have proper techniques. I just do what works best for me. So, you know, if you're looking for a makeup artist to teach you how to do makeup, you're watching the wrong channel. Do you see how easy that was? So we'll just do it on this side. I do one swipe here, better put some more on there, and one swipe here. And then I already have this V made for me. Like this fluffy brush, it doesn't do this. Even if I put it here and then put it here, it's not really an outer V. It just makes a strange shape. So this brush helps me to make that outer V. And then I just blend. Now I could leave it dark like this if I want, but it's daytime and I don't like to wear a ton of makeup during the day. I like to blend everything out. This viewfinder is literally like this big. So I'm looking in it using that as my mirror. It's kind of difficult. If you can't see like I can't see, you can make it messy because you can fix that with a little bit of concealer, and it's just so fast and easy. And then I also like to take just a smidge more of this peachy shade on my finger just to put a little bit more on my eyelid, because then it'll, see how it kind of makes that eye look a little more open? I think these are so pretty. I wish they didn't have that fragrance in them. So I don't forget, if you're like, oh darn it, this looks messy and I want to have a nice clean line, I just take some concealer. This is one of my favorites. This is by Revlon. It's a stick concealer. So I just take, this is my little magnifying mirror. I think it's 10 or 12 times magnifying, so I can really see up close what this looks like. And you know, I see it's crooked. It's like kind of missing a spot there. I will take this concealer, and it's such a sheer formula, and I will put it right about here, not all the way up because then I get rid of all the product, but I'll put it right about here at the bottom of it, and then I will draw a line. And do you see how I've now pretty much cleaned that up? I'm gonna blend that out. I'll just grab this Real Techniques sponge since it's got this little pointy tip, and then I just lightly drag it up, and now you have this nice straight line going up towards the end of your brow, and it gives you more of a lifted and kind of just cleaned up look. I just don't like a super straight line. I'll just take the blending brush, I'll clean it off usually, and just kind of blend it to soften it a little bit. For my brows, I bought a lot of brow products. I bought this Butter Believe It one from Physicians Formula. It's like that felt tip marker. They only had, I think, one shade, like Universal Brown, and I feel like it's too warm. It's, you know, I like more of a cool tone brown. So if you have kind of warm reddish brown hair and you want your eyebrows to look like that, then you might like this. I don't think the quality of it is that great. I think the one from NYX is better than this one. I also bought this one. This is from Revlon. This is their Color Stay Semi-Permanent Brow Ink, and when I saw semi-permanent, that's what made me buy it. It also, let's get it into focus, it also has, where's the picture? There it is. It also has like this felt tip on it, but it's like dipping it into a pot of the ink, and then this comes out as an applicator. I don't know, I still have to play around with this. I feel like this takes me forever to use because sometimes too much of the ink, actually I'll show you real quick, just in case you're eyeing it, wondering if it's something you want. I don't think it's that great. So I shake it up. It's kind of like, you know, those old ink writing things, the calligraphy pens or whatever. Sometimes way too much ink will be on it, and then other times not enough. So when I'm doing it, let's just try it on the back of my hand. I feel like I don't want my brow hairs to look that wide. You know, I know they say you can do it really light, but I just feel like, you know, it's a nice point, but too much of the product comes out. So I don't know, I think you should save your money unless you like spending 800 hours to do your eyebrows. This I'm kind of liking. This is by Revlon. This is their Color Stay Brow Fiber Filler. It's a brow gel with volumizing fibers. And I do like it because it makes your brows kind of fluffy. I got the shade in medium brown, so I'm actually going to use this today. But the one I love, I got it on Amazon. It only comes in 4 different colors, and the shade I got is, I think it's called Coffee. But it comes with 2 of these brow pencils and a really nice spoolie. Even though it comes with 2 full pencils, each side has a different shape. So this side has this super duper fine tip on it, and it's not real creamy. It's kind of drying because it lasts a very long time. And then this side of the pencil has this shape. So I use them both, but I mostly use this super duper thin side so I can draw brow strokes. So that's what I'm going to use on my brows today. And then I'm going to just brush over them with this Revlon product. It just kind of fluffs the brows up. I have to be careful because sometimes it fluffs them a little too much and then it looks a little silly. And then I got a little bit there, but I'm gonna wait and I'll fix that in a second. So this, I've used it maybe 3 times, so I'm still practicing with it, but I do really like it. It has little fibers in it that just kind of fluff up your brows. It thickens them. It's almost like a hair thickening product. Really quickly, I wanted to share these 2 sunscreens that I also purchased. I really like this. I got this actually for my husband to put on his, he recently just had some skin cancer removed, and it just looks like a deodorant. And of course he won't use this, so I have to force him to use other things, but it has a little bit, not much at all of a white cast, but what I do is I put this on my chest. I guess you can't see what I'm doing, but I put this right here on my chest because I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation that I'm dealing with. So I could keep this in my purse or, you know, keep it in a bag or whatever, and I can reapply with this throughout the day. This, I don't necessarily use it on my face, but it's an SPF 50 all mineral. I really, really like it. But again, it does have a hint, as you can see it there, it has a hint of this white cast, but I can rub it in. They say it's sheer, but it's not really sheer. But if you rub it in, that cast kind of goes away. But I just like this for quick, easy convenience to use. And then this sunscreen stick, I had high hopes for it because I thought, oh, this will be perfect. Drugstore price to put on my face to touch up sunscreen throughout the day. It smells fabulous. It smells like Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion does. And it's just so highly fragranced. And my face, I did put it on my face. Of course, I got to test everything out. And my face started itching after a little bit. So I won't be using this on my face. I don't recommend that you do, but I love the brush is so soft, and look at how much powder stays in the brush. So I will just keep it and then just like put it on the backs of my hands, or, you know, same thing, I'll put it on my chest, or I'll put it on my neck and my chest, but it doesn't seem to itch my hands, it doesn't seem to itch my neck, nothing like that, but it did start to itch on my face, and it's extremely drying. I mean, it's like a drying powder. I'm gonna use it up, but I'm not gonna repurchase. All right, for lips, I didn't see, you know, there are some other new lip releases, but I just wasn't impressed with a lot of them. So these are the 3 that I got that I wanted to try. This is these new L'Oreal, I guess they're just new shades from L'Oreal. I couldn't stand the smell. I mean, it's so highly fragranced, and it's not an amazing fragrance. I don't mind fragrance in my lip products, but I don't know, it's just too, and it tastes like this. And this shade, it just looks like my lips. It looked like nothing on. So it's kind of like a sheer, balmy texture. I love the texture, I just cannot stand the taste of it and the smell. But as you can see, it's kind of just the same shade as my lips, so it looks no different when I have it on than what my lips look like right now. And then I saw these Milani Flora tinted lip balms. It's just a nice little lip balm. So you could just blend it with this, or, you know, do it with your finger. It's just a lip gloss in a squeezy tube, but they taste like Hawaiian Punch, the red Hawaiian Punch, and it's a good taste. It's not like the L'Oreal ones that have that yucky chemically taste. This actually tastes like delicious Hawaiian Punch on your lips. It's very glossy. It will bleed into my wrinkles. It's a pretty shade. I will use it up, but it's not something I will purchase again. And then I also got this Hello Kitty lip tone. It's one of those pH adjusting lip tints. Actually, let me wipe this off and then I'll show you what it looks like. So this is same thing. It just looks like a shiny lip gloss. It's got kind of like a pinky, it's not like a purpley undertone, it's kind of like a pinky orange. So I don't love that color, but I'll leave it on for just a few minutes and then I'll wipe it completely off, and it will tint my lips a little bit. I need to put on a mascara so my eyes don't look so naked. I bought a bunch of new drugstore mascaras. I also bought the Rare Beauty mascara because I love the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, and I didn't like it. I actually returned that already, but I got the travel size, the trial size of it, so maybe it was just dried up or something, because I see a lot of people say how much they love the Rare Beauty mascara. It made my lashes just look terrible. It didn't lengthen them, it didn't thicken them, it didn't lift them, it did nothing. So I'm thinking I might go back and try the full size Rare Beauty mascara do you have that mascara? Let me know if you like it or not, if it's worth me even going back to try it. But so these are the ones I got. I like this one already. I already know I like it, so I just restocked since I have already had my other one for 3 or 4 months. This is by the brand Number 7. This is their Full 360 mascara. It just makes my lashes look really long, voluminous, and pretty. This one is terrible. I have the one in the purple tube. I've already used it up. But the purple one I like, except it dries out after a couple weeks and then flakes really bad. But I thought, well, let me try the waterproof and see how this performs. This is absolutely terrible, so I'm going to throw this away since I've already used it. This is the new Sky High, Maybelline Sky High mascara. This is the one that, what is this? This is the one that's supposed to be like the super intensely pigmented black one. This is awful. Like the first Sky High that I tried, it did make my lashes look super long, but I just didn't love it. But this I think is absolutely terrible. I've already used it, so I'm gonna throw this out. And since I like that Number 7 one, I got the waterproof because I wanna see how this one performs. So I'm gonna try that one out. I got these 2 from Wet n Wild. These aren't brand new to the market, but it says new look and new improved formula. So this one I tried this on last night, but I didn't have makeup on. So I'm gonna try this again on one eye, and then I'll try this another day. I got this one from Physicians Formula. I tried this last night, and I feel like it made my lashes just look really natural, but nothing like that was dramatic. But I did like it, but I've only tried this once. This is the one that I really want to try. This is their new Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. And of course, this pretty packaging got me, so I want to open this up and try this out on one eye. The only thing with trying mascara brand new out of the package, it doesn't perform the way it should. Like, for example, my all-time favorite Holy Grail Ride or Die mascara is this one from City Beauty. It's their Beyond Mascara. It's not just a mascara, it's a conditioner for my lashes. It has fibers in it to make them look longer. It does like 4 things in one, and it's just very healthy for my lashes. But I hated this when I first tried it. I thought, oh, this is terrible. It makes my lashes look awful. So I threw it in my makeup bin, and then 2 weeks later I tried it again and I was like, wow, this is really nice. And now this is just the mascara that I use almost every day. So anytime you see me in an Instagram photo or something I post, people are always asking, what mascara do you have on? 9 times out of 10 it is this mascara, unless I'm testing something else. Do I like the Wet n Wild better or this Milani one? And that's just kind of like one coat, but they both look pretty good. What do you guys think? Ignore the red eyes. So I feel like I need a little more blush. I'm gonna use one of my absolute favorites by Honest Beauty. This one is in Rose Pink. I shared this in another video, and I think I accidentally said it was Peony Pink, but the one I love is called Rose Pink. This is beautiful as a blush and as a lipstick. Alright, so let's just zoom in, see how everything looks. I don't love this Number 7 foundation side. It's not really full coverage. As you can still see my melasma here. I could probably put, you know, a little concealer up there. Same thing with this Kosas. I feel like pores are really accentuated, especially like around here. Like it makes me look, see how that makes me look like you can see the wrinkles, the pores. It just seems to stand out more. And then that powder from Physicians Formula, it actually feels kind of like a little buildup, and then you can see the shine starting to peek back through. I do like the Kosas better than this one. This one I feel like is kind of collecting right here. It's just kind of like dryish. And I could put a smidgy more of the Kosas on and it would still look really pretty. If I put more of this one on from Revlon, I feel like it's just gonna look a little more dry and cakey. So have you bought any new makeup lately that you would like to share, that you think is amazing, that I should check out, or you think other people should check out? Or have you bought any new makeup lately that is terrible and you want to warn us and help us to save some money? Leave that comment down below as well. I hope you all are having a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.